government says that Boko Haram militants attacked a military base in the northern part of the country Monday, but were pushed back by the army there.
Meantime, hundreds of bodies remain strewn in the Nigerian town of Baga more than a week now after what's being called the deadliest massacre in Boko Haram's history. Diana Magne joins us now live from Johannesburg, South Africa, to talk about this. And it's too frequent that we talk about Boko Haram attacks in Nigeria, Diana, and you wonder, with all the attention that it's received, where the government is, where the military forces are, and where the help from other African nations is. What can you tell us?
Well, first and foremost, I think the president is focused for now on campaigning for the election, which happens on February the 14th. He hasn't even mentioned the situation in the north or expressed his condolences to those who lost their lives in this recent week of unbelievable violence up in Borno State, and especially centering around the town of Baga. Now, the death toll ranges from hundreds, some local officials say, to as many as 2,000. And Amnesty International has said if that death toll of 2,000 is confirmed, then that would make it the deadliest massacre in Boko Haram's history. But that is a history of massacres. And last week, not only did we see this terrible violence around Baga, where the Nigerian military, which occupied a military base up there, essentially had to flee in the face of the militants. And till now, we don't see any evidence that the military is actually managing to make any headway against the militants there. But there was another attack on Damatur. That is the capital of Yobe province, another of the 3 provinces in northeastern Nigeria in a state of emergency as a result of Boko Haram. And there the Nigerian military did manage to push Boko Haram back in a long battle last Friday night. As you said, this attack in Cameroon, just across the border from Borno State, Nigeria's Borno State, happened yesterday. Boko Haram militants trying to take over a military base there, and the Cameroonian soldiers managing to push them back. And they say 33 militants were killed in that attack. And I think what's significant there is that the head of Boko Haram, Abu Bakr Shekau, has said specifically to Cameroon that the president should be aware that he intends to unleash violence on the same scale as he has unleashed in Nigeria, and that's because the Cameroon military is taking Boko Haram on. And in the last month, they've launched airstrikes against Boko Haram. And that is in sharp contrast, really, to the actions of the Chadian government and also Niger, all of whom have had to take on thousands of Nigerian refugees, but who seem to be dealing with the Boko Haram issue more as a humanitarian threat and issue rather than a security one, and to a certain extent allowing Boko Haram to sort of congregate at least along those border areas without sending in their militaries to demonstrably take them down. And there certainly hasn't been the coordinated effort that was promised in meetings between these various governments to actually combat Boko Haram in any coordinated military fashion. Errol?
Yeah, the Nigerian government may in fact be working to stamp out Boko Haram, but not in a way that we can see. They're not sharing the information with us. And just from that overview, Diana, and the maps that we showed as you were talking about it, it appears as if other nations are doing more to attack Boko Haram than Nigeria. Will certainly continue to follow this very important story. Diana Magne live for us this morning in Johannesburg.